I'm Greg Miller from kindafunny.com, and you're listening to Podcast X, Y, and Z.
What's up, guys?
Welcome to Podcast X, Y, and Z,
Yeah.
the world's number fun video game
Right
podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Caleb Pearson. To my immediate right, Andrew Matthew.
What's up?
How you doing?
I'm pretty good.
Yeah?
To those watching, there's new things on the set. We got Orange Vanilla Coke on the set.
And so here's the thing. Andrew has his go-to remedy, his formula, his ritual,
Water in a
what
mug.
have you. Water in a mug.
I like the mugs.
The mugs are cool,
The mugs are
and
nice.
the ambiguity of what we're drinking is cool.
It's nice.
But it's water in a
I'm
mug.
already done. Yeah.
So expiration date on that.
Yeah.
Time to mix it up. Orange Vanilla Coke is out. I don't know. Can we show the full brand? Here it is. We're not famous enough for that to matter.
Yeah.
Orange Vanilla Coke, right?
YouTube cancels our show.
It's so good. I figured I'd bring it. A lot of things are happening, and it's just delicious. And so I'm going to mix it up.
Yeah, there's great, man. You
And
got
now,
the haircut.
and
You
I
look
have the
good.
haircut as well. Things are happening. It's changed for the better.
Everything's great, man. I'm feeling good. How are you doing?
Yeah, super good. Busy but good. I love it. It's good to be back with you.
Yeah.
We did Remastered 2
Yes,
days
we
ago.
did. Remastered
So for
was
those
fun.
of you who don't know, we run Media Interactive. Patreon.com/Media Interactive is our homepage. For $1 or $3 a month, you can support us, get exclusive access to other podcasts where we talk about TV, movies, music,
Everything.
faith, literally whatever we want, Andrew. And also, every Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, we come at you with Podcast X, Y, and Z to talk about all things Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo. So thank you for those that support us over at Patreon.com. And they are as follows. Zan the Man Xander, newly married. Shout out to that guy. Sue, Silas, Sam, Ryan, George, Harry, Lauren, Josh, Kirby Curbs, Jonathan, Jake, Brendan, and Brad. We love you guys so much.
We honestly
Thank you
really
for your
do.
support. You guys helped us budget the set and this Coke and this computer and this
haircut.
mic and my haircut.
I haven't got a
Well,
haircut because we haven't had enough money.
yeah, that's why. That's why you look like a bumpkin. We'll roll with that. But
Hey,
thank you
at
guys
some
so
point,
much.
Caleb had a top button ever before I did. Even before I did.
Oh, that's true. And I got to a ponytail.
Yep.
It was, what was it, freshman year?
It was a long time
Freshman
ago.
year of college.
You-
Statistically, when you are the dumbest you'll ever be, that's when I had my
You
ponytail.
were like the first. I guess Aaron had it, but anyways.
Whatever, dude. It didn't look
We're
good.
here. We're good, man.
Yeah. It feels good to be
Said our
back.
patrons. What do we just jump into this?
Yeah, we'll jump. But first, I have to apologize to you.
Okay. All right.
We have our Monday night gaming ritual.
Yeah, we missed it.
And, well, I don't know if you missed it. Let me make my confession first. I fell asleep.
You did?
I slept from 8 p.m.
glad you got
until
some
8
rest.
a.m. It was pretty cool.
Glad you
Like,
got
I've never
rest.
done that in life, I don't think, having a solid 12-hour. Like, it was a surprise.
Yeah.
But I woke up feeling a little guilty.
Oh, it's fine.
Did you play?
This story's gonna sound sadder than it is because I'm gonna preface it's not sad.
Loser.
From 9:30 to 10:30, I sat on the Xbox homepage waiting. That sounds really sad.
Is that true?
Yeah. But
Andrew!
no, it's not that
Don't
bad.
make me
It's-
feel bad.
No, it's not that bad. I'm telling you, it's not that bad. I was like, I was resting too. I was like on my phone. It wasn't a big deal, but I was like, oh wait, because I didn't want to play by myself. I was just like bored. But everything is fine.
Dang, bro. I was ready to apologize and then for you to be like, oh, I skipped
No.
too, ha ha ha. But you're actually a loser making me feel bad.
No, honestly, it wasn't that bad. I was fine. I knew I shouldn't have said it, but I waited for you.
And now I don't even feel bad. I just pity you.
Yeah.
You're such a loser, bro.
Because do you ever get in those moods where you you want a game, but you don't want a game by yourself?
Dude, I'll get in those moods where you know how it makes the like dunk when you're navigating the Xbox screen.
Yeah.
I'll just move back and
Okay,
forth.
so it's not that
with
big a deal
nothing
that
to
I
do.
did that.
That's the universal truth, bro. But you don't convey that to the audience.
Well, you did right now.
Oh yeah. But
Hey, Podcast X, Y, and
anyway,
Z.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Okay.
I
I'm
appreciate
sorry.
your apology.
From what it sounds like, none of our other idiot friends got on either.
Tommy got on right as I got off.
Well, that's just Tommy for you.
That's so Tommy. But it's okay.
Yeah.
Our Monday night gaming has been fun. Daniel has
Super.
joined us for that. If you guys want to join us, please play with us. We play Xbox every Monday night at 10 p.m.
You want to throw my Xbox gamer tag
I'll
in there?
throw both of our Xbox
Do
gamer
it.
tags.
Andrew, before this podcast, we had a wonderful political discussion.
We just had a great, just
It was
all
cool.
around
Heart to heart, mind to mind. The way this country was built, we got to talking. You know?
Yeah.
And our camaraderie off screen is just as cool
Yeah.
as our camaraderie on screen.
Yeah.
And that's what's good about Podcast Remastered and all the other stuff we do.
Yeah, check it out. Seriously.
But this is something special, Andrew. We could talk about video games.
We love it.
It's so fun. It warms my heart. Thank you for those live in the chat. Feel free to throw out your thoughts as we bring up these news stories. If you have anything you'd like us to talk about, throw it in the chat. We will acknowledge you.
Please.
We will support you. We will make fun of you. It's a perfect package.
I love the segment that you have done in the past where you've said we'll take like listener questions at the end. And I would love to like start every podcast by saying during this whole thing, please just throw in your questions, and at the end, if we don't get to them live, we'll get to them at the very end, and I'll definitely cover all the questions. I'd love that. So
cool.
Definitely throw your questions in. If you're listening, just watch us live. I mean, listen to the HD audio because it's crisp. Our voice sounds perfect.
Oh, yeah. It sounds like we know what we're talking about.
But watch us live because it's really fun. People in the chat are really fun.
Cool. All right, Andrew, you want to just jump into it?
Let's do it.
We got, looks like 6 story missions in our campaign for today. Story mission number 1, Andrew, Borderlands 3 and Borderlands 1 Remastered.
All things Borderlands.
Now, I don't have a ton of experience.
Okay. That's cool.
With these games. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And
so did you watch it live?
I did.
Oh, I'd love to hear this then. What was your outside perspective? Give me all the like terrible, like you hated it.
Hated it.
All right, yeah,
okay?
Let's hear it all.
But here's the important truth that I am aware of the industry enough to know that was a debunked like presentation. Things clearly.
If you didn't watch it, the stream didn't
wrong.
work. Like the stream just really didn't work.
Everything about Gearbox is sleazebally to me.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, Randy.
I have not played Borderlands, but if Sweat became personified and gave a video game press conference, that would have been it.
Wow. I don't want to watch it.
That's the way I felt. I'll be honest with you.
Wow.
The trailer, people seem to like it, I guess, once it finally worked.
Totally.
But apparently, and it looks like more of the same or whatever, there hasn't been a Borderlands this gen. Where do you stand on it?
I love it. Now, the presentation, definitely... Randy is, if you guys are not familiar, Randy, the executive, I don't know what he is at Gearbox, but he like had like a bedazzled vest on and he had glass. It's just
that man looking like a bag of chips up like there. Okay, I was like, what is this guy doing?
Yeah, Daniel says Randy is a gross person, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, like that's the state of. Okay.
He looks like the guy in the Mucinex commercial.
I mean, he really does. That's a really good point. Caleb's always been truth. But as far as the game, I have to be honest, and here's where I'll try to usher you in without grand tales of fairy tales. Like, don't expect a perfect game. Don't expect me to tell you it's the next Halo 3 coming. Don't expect me to say Last of Us in a conversation with, I know where good games reach their peak.
Sure.
However, the best parts about Destiny, the best parts about looter shooters are exploring foreign alien worlds, getting good gear, and playing with your friends. Borderlands is perfect because you can do it on your couch. Borderlands was a looter shooter with all of your best friends in one room, and you could have your characters and level up and get the best loot. Every gun looks completely different. It's a grand time to be had. Even if you don't know anything about the story of the characters, I'm telling you, if we hang out before this podcast, that is like the perfect Borderlands opportunity. It is a game that is just enormously fun. And it really knows it, and it doesn't take itself super seriously. Vehicles, guns, there's just no limitations. You find video games where just like the slow moving, I'm level 1, I can't do much. You have to put all these hours in. This game just throws you in as like, just have fun.
Okay.
So I'm like immensely excited just because 360 high school days was when we had nothing to do and we were so bad at playing Halo Online, we would just play Borderlands all the time, and it never got old. And I won't say it's a perfect game. I won't say you'll find a riveting story or a
online shared world shooter with other people.
You go in, you play by yourself until you split screen or you Xbox Live in.
Gotcha.
So if we play it, it'll just be me and you running around.
Gotcha.
And you'll auto level to me, and then from there you can make your own decisions.
Understood.
It's just really good at. And couch play games are not there anymore.
Yeah.
It's 4-player looter shooter. It started all this.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
I don't know how much Sunset Overdrive you ended up playing. I watched some gameplay of Borderlands. I feel like I know the vibe and the aesthetic.
Yeah.
Does it lean satirical or funny or like makes fun of itself kind of?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
There's no serious.
I didn't know that.
It is like, what is it called when something like breaks the third wall and references to itself? I don't know if there's a word for it.
Meta.
Yeah, it's like, it's always meta.
Okay.
It's always referencing you as the gamer, referencing the game, referencing the storytelling.
Cool.
I'm not sure about the villains. If you guys have seen the trailer, the villains were like a goth girl and a guy.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
Not really
Like Final Fantasy-ish.
weird.
Like, I was like, what is going on here?
If you guys are familiar with the Borderlands games, Handsome Jack has been the villain for a while. He was a great villain, but it's gonna be a game that won't take itself seriously. It's really funny.
Okay.
It's really funny.
That's cool.
So it'll be
So
super fun.
let me ask you this: that's most likely a fall release,
Yeah,
right?
September.
Okay. Borderlands 1 is being remastered soon.
I just spilled water live on camera.
Did you?
Yeah, it was a great time.
Oh, I see your computer's wet. Are you okay?
Everything's great. It was just
Do you need a napkin?
Yeah.
You okay?
I don't know. All this Borderlands talk has got me.
Yeah, you're foaming at the mouth over here.
Seriously,
Get
right?
yourself a vanilla Coke and chill out,
Seriously,
Andrew.
yeah.
You're getting so excited. You got
Okay,
the
so
jitters.
what we're
Sorry.
talking about?
Borderlands 1.
Let's do it.
Is that being remastered?
Yeah. So I tried to listen and follow to Randy, but he was all over the place. What I can gather, Borderlands 1 has never been
Remastered?
like I don't even
because
know.
there was a handsome collection or
Yeah.
something.
But it was never like, what did they say, like native on that Xbox one.
Right,
so
right.
it's native now, but they made changes. Like they made changes within the game. I don't
Sure.
know a lot of them. Daniel, you probably know all the facts about what they changed. I do not know that. But I do know they changed some of the mini-map stuff, some of the customization. Like before you could never change your skin, but they changed like customization options.
Yeah.
So it's gonna feel like a new game, and it's not $60, which is exciting. It's only $30.
Cool.
It might be $40, but it's exciting.
If it's 40, I'm going to be mad at you.
I know.
I'm going to call you out. I'm going to make you pay that $10 difference, Andrew.
Usually I have Daniel fact checking me, but he has said nothing. Maybe he's still ashamed that I spilled water.
AFK, he's going to buy creamsicles. We all know that.
Hopefully he's going to buy Roro on Xbox.
Oh, that'd be sweet. Speaking of which, where is Roro, dude?
I know, he's
I
not
want to
here.
add a segment to the show
He's not
where we
here.
check in on his Xbox shopping list, and he's not even here.
If he is here, he's
Not even in the chat, bro. Gosh, that kid.
We
that
love you,
kid.
but we miss you.
We got to come up with like disciplinary measures for somebody who is always there.
Yeah, Daniel actually went AFK. You were so right.
Daniel, you're AFK. I mean, where do they go?
Roro, Daniel, what are we doing? Gosh, we're doing the show for.
All right. All right. But anyway,
Anyways.
so Borderlands, and that's April.
I actually don't.
All right,
Your
and
guess
it's not
is
an
good
April
one.
Fool's joke. It's
not
legit.
April, it's real.
All right, because it's hard to tell.
All
okay?
things Borderlands coming
and,
your way.
and so I think that's a side quest we can go ahead and throw in here. The April Fool's gaming news really frustrates me.
Yeah.
But here's why it frustrates me. It doesn't. I never fall for it. I just get really mad March 31st.
Yeah.
When I know I have to not go to IGN until April 2nd.
Yeah.
And it really bums me out.
Is there anyone else? I think I'm the only one that's fallen for an April Fool's.
Yeah, you're really dumb.
If you guys don't know, they did a Nintendo Switch Direct. They said everything would be coming to Nintendo Switch. I fell for it so hard.
Poor guy. And I should have been monitoring his usage of the internet.
I'm
I was not
embarrassed.
thinking.
I'm embarrassed.
And I let you be fooled. You're a fool.
I'm a fool.
That's too bad. Better luck next year.
A fool.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
yeah, I hate it too.
yeah, I don't know. I just like why? Because there are other people also need to get the actual news on April 1st.
Yeah.
There's a whole Boy Who Cried Wolf thing going on, and I just have decided to not learn anything on
And
April 1st. That's the mantra, right? Just don't learn anything on April 1st. You can't do it. You can't. I mean, if you are ready to announce your baby, you can't do that.
Yeah.
I mean, not that I have a baby, but I'm just saying people.
Caleb.
Everybody's like, oh, tomorrow's. Oh wait, no, it's
Yeah.
April 1st. I can't. I'm
Yeah.
like, that's a societal problem.
Yeah.
If we have dug ourselves a grave.
Yeah.
And so now people tweet, I have something really important to say, but I'll say it tomorrow. It's like, okay, A, why tweet that? Because now you're bugging me, and I'm going to be up all night thinking about what you have to talk about. But B, they should be able to say it. And then problem number 3, they actually can't because it's April 1st.
It's just a weird time.
What?
Robin says, did you guys see what Ubisoft did with For Honor and Rainbow Six for April Fools? I did not.
No.
Daniel says, haha, the Rabbids.
I'll
Yeah,
look it up, Robin. I love you, dude.
So we're gonna
Ubisoft.
find it out, but I did not see it. I just tried to avoid.
Throw some stuff in the chat. What'd they do? Rabbids, the game Rabbids,
Like the Rabbit?
yeah,
Like the Nintendo?
added to For Honor unicorns and teddy bears to Rainbow Six
funny.
Siege. At least,
That's
I mean, that was a day ago from Polygon.
That's funny.
Yeah, breaches into Toyland for April Fools.
Nice.
So they bust into this whole Toy Story thing.
That's funny.
And see, that's creative and tasteful enough.
Yeah.
And I'm not and I wonder if Rainbow Six hardcore guys
Yeah.
were like at all fooled.
Yeah.
Maybe if a trailer doesn't immediately reveal it's full of itself,
Yeah.
you know. But
That's my problem with IGN is they're so intense.
And somebody got paid a full day's work.
They're so
to lie.
intense with their
They pay people to
April
lie.
Fools.
It's just it's rude. At the end of the day, it's just rude. It's a waste of resources.
And I'm the sucker that falls for it.
And you ask yourself, what sort of idiot would fall for this? And then you realize
They
that's
host
right,
a podcast.
I co-host a podcast with them.
Podcast X, Y, and Z.
Yeah,
Check us out.
it's the number fun podcast. Did you know that?
The number what? The worst?
No, the number.
The number fun podcast in the world.
Yeah. That's just the word on the street.
Yeah,
I just repeat what I hear.
Yeah, no, for sure. We don't make things up here.
But anyway, I'm just glad it's April 2nd. Kudos to normalcy.
Massey Williams said that Arya dies in episode 2 on Fallon 2. Everyone just using April Fools to just troll people.
It's bad. It's bad. Talking about Game of Thrones
Yeah.
Fool and stuff. Dude, I saw Jon Snow on Stephen Colbert, and Colbert was like, let me start to guess Game of Thrones endings and read your poker face. It was pretty good. It was tasteful. And it was good because Jon Snow, you can tell Kit Harington has been doing press releases for 3 years straight, and he's so done.
Yeah.
And so he's just kind of being polite, but it was well done.
Yeah.
Potential for cringe through the roof,
right, yeah.
But Steven handled himself well. I'm so ready to watch Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones season 2, April 14th.
Andrew, let's jump to story mission number 2. This is such a, and I don't even want to call it a bittersweet relationship anymore. I want to call it a bitter relationship because Anthem has destroyed every part of me.
This is trigger word today.
Trigger word today. Trigger word of the day is Anthem, our daily listeners. Anthem was doomed from the jump, Andrew. Jason Schreier, I believe, over at Kotaku, released this super duper long article.
Oh, yeah. If you're interested
he is now a book writer, basically.
Usually we cover news that is short enough for us to talk about and then you guys to look up. Probably don't look up unless you have like the next hour and a half.
And it's not even that it's short enough for us to talk about, but it's short enough to where we don't lose our minds reading it. I have the attention span of a butterfly.
Yeah.
That's had too much orange vanilla Coke. So it's like I skimmed through this article.
Oh, he literally is a book writer, Daniel says. He's actually a book writer. Like, that's what he does.
I believe it.
Oh, wow.
He's quality.
How does Daniel know all this stuff?
I'm telling you, Daniel, I hate him. He's the best. I love
Daniel,
him. I love him.
You are a madman.
I love him to death.
You are a genius.
He's back. He was AFK and now he's back.
He wrote a book called Blood, Sweat, and Pixels. I don't, like, how do you know? Okay, Daniel, you're a
Blood,
man.
Sweat. Oh yeah, you're right. You're right about that. He is right about that. It's a video game book about development, right? I have a video game book about video game journalism. I forget who wrote that.
Wow.
But anyway, here's why we're talking about it. He does this long, drawn-out story of the development of Anthem, and basically this game was doomed from the jump. Like we said, it was screwed. It's always been screwed.
Yeah.
So here are just a couple of things from it. I'm not going to quote it or read it. Most podcasts will cite their guy, and wish we said his name. I'm fine on that. I don't want to read the whole thing. This game was called Beyond up until like 2 days before it was revealed.
The game was a completely different game.
And then the trailer reveal was a completely different engine and makeup of the game that actually launched for us.
And I read something that they said some people in the company didn't know what the game was like until they saw the launch trailer.
I really can't even fully... It's so funny how he does such a good job of explaining the facts and getting us to understand. But all we can understand is how little we understand.
Dude, yeah.
Because that's not even your typical, like, things were rough around the office. You know, the Red Dead. We made them work 80 hours a week.
Yeah, I do remember
This
that.
is like Greek. It's like hieroglyphics. Like, you can't even understand what's going on with this game.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine what it was like. And it makes so much sense that they're mixing their messages now. And what's funny, though, Andrew, is you and I praised their demos.
Oh, yeah.
And their live streams.
Huge.
But where was the...
And that's where it gets so confusing.
It's deceiving. They gave us a really good poker face that they knew what they were doing, because they didn't.
But if you're writing this long story about developers being so confused and so disgruntled, and then you put them on in front of a demo, like, I get they're under contract and they can't say anything, but it's just so confusing to me the way that they promise the community things. Because even if I'm a developer promoting a bad product, like Orange Vanilla Coke, I'll say it's good because I'm paid to do it. I'm under contract. I made it.
Right.
But I'm not going to say it tastes like cherry. And that's where the part of like them being on the demo was really strange for me looking back, because they said a lot of things. And maybe, you know, like part of the game is like EA took things out and like developers didn't even know what would make the game. But it's just really confusing to me to think like we watched countless demos of them not even knowing what the heck they were talking about.
And you and I have mentioned this on this podcast before of how does the development of these games work with the rise of Fortnite?
Yeah.
If we have a Battle Royale drop tomorrow, my immediate question is, how long have they been working on this?
Yeah.
Do they copy somebody else, or do they say the Bethesda excuse of,
Right.
we've been here for years doing our own thing?
Yeah.
I feel like they were always watching the industry and changing and adapting these things. It's not how it works.
Right.
Like, you have all these developers tirelessly working for years, and it was in pre-development. Their E3 reveal was pre-development, technically.
Yeah.
Which, that's a no-no.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna hop on the idea of your product, like that's the like GoFundMe or Kickstarter stage.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Where I'll throw you a couple bucks if I believe in you as a person.
Yeah.
But the product, I have no earthly idea what it might end up, sort of being.
Right.
It makes sense.
I'm just like,
It makes sense that none of this makes sense.
Daniel says apparently a ton of people who don't work at DICE have had a ton of problems with the Frostbite engine too, and EA has forced all their devs on the engine. It's just sad, and I think, and I don't think I was like super hip or known, because I was like hype with you, skeptical but hype. But I think the one thing that I do feel like I got right is when we were talking, like one of the first weeks it came out, was saying like, I get that some games don't hit the mark at launch, like Destiny and Fallout 76. Like, at least you know what you kind of expect, and like they have wonky launches. But Anthem, it seemed like it wasn't there, and that was the major difference. Like, Destiny was like fun, it didn't really load in, but you knew what you were getting. Fallout 76, like, you knew it was a crappy Fallout game, just like no NPCs. You knew it. Anthem was like, it was something pre-development, something E3, something demo, and then launch. It was like all different experiences.
And I latched onto, Andrew, the mystical, I don't know what this world is going to be like.
Yeah.
And the sad irony is neither did the developer. Even they were like, we don't know what's going on.
And that's just
and it's just like, oh my gosh. So if I were to sit down with one of them and then sit down with another one of them, they would describe to me two different games.
Yeah.
And then exactly the EA Frostbite thing.
Yeah.
They blanket statement this Frostbite engine across all their EA-ridden games. Mm-hmm. And the one game they have, Andrew, that doesn't use Frostbite is Apex. And it's just so funny.
Apex!
Because it's like, oh yeah, no, the most successful one ever. Like, we're not going to learn anything from that.
Yeah. We're not going to learn anything from that.
They're choosing not to learn anything from that.
Right.
And I haven't gone back to Anthem. There was a time where I was like, I'm going to finish it. I don't know if I'm going to finish it. I might fly around every once in a blue moon. The odds that I crave that and don't actually go to Spider-Man, because at least the missions are fun and I can spawn in right away, it's so sad.
It's
so sad. The plane crashed and burned and I was on it, and that's fine.
Hey, at least you got to experience it.
You live and you learn.
Said that you wanted to be a part of that.
Yeah. And again, free content, it'll be a different game a year from now, whatever. I'll have it on my...
Right.
I can click on it and play it.
And I'll buy it when it's $10.
Right.
And it'll be great.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's just like... It's crazy.
You would think they would figure out their crap by now.
Dude, and also, like, the part of the article at the beginning when they said what it was supposed to be, it sounded so cool.
I know.
It was like you were an astronaut on a foreign planet, you have to start at the bottom of the food chain.
And it was called Beyond because you go beyond the wall.
I was like reading
that. Like Game of Thrones.
I was like reading it like, whoa.
And then they're like, okay, we need a different name.
Yeah, and I was like...
And then they're like, we'll pick a backup name of Anthem. And then Jason in the article was like, well, nobody knew what Anthem meant.
Yeah.
Then do we go back into the archives and say, hey, Gary, for whatever reason, you had mentioned Anthem and we wrote it down. You want to explain to us why you used that word? And then Gary's thinking, what? I thought we chose Beyond a year and a half ago.
And then Gary's in charge of a whole...
And then again,
AAA title.
Gary is the downfall of the company.
It's all Gary. Daniel says, I think Respawn definitely benefited from not being acquired by EA until recently. They made all of their own tech for Titanfall and now Apex.
Yeah, and you speak... That is the way publishing is meant to be versus developing.
And that's why we haven't gone...
Pick up developers and say, we will funnel what you have already created out into the world, instead of publishers capping developers and saying, you will do this, you will do this. It's choking the industry, and I'm sick of it.
And that's the only reason we're not $1 million podcasters, because we refuse EA support. That's the only reason we haven't moved to LA and like live this lavish lifestyle, because we always get EA.
That's the only reason. That is literally the only reason.
It's crazy.
I mean, our helicopter's just sitting out there.
I'm saying,
and I'm not comfortable flying it yet.
Because we will not stand for that.
I'm not comfortable flying it yet.
At some point, you get too big and you head back down. We're just gonna stay where we are.
Yeah, I mean, our partnership with Coke,
It's crazy.
where I paid and in return, like I got to drink this.
It's crazy.
Like that's pretty cool. Big things are happening, but if we can't get on this EA train, like we're not gonna do it.
We're not gonna do it.
We have respect for it. All right, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I was gonna say,
Andrew, let's move on. Story
do it.
mission number 3,
Yeah.
and the campaign for this evening. Oxenfree developer talks Game Pass success. You want to pull up that article and
Pulling it up.
hit me up with just a couple things this is what you found for the campaign.
Yeah.
I thought it was a super interesting read. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just thought it was interesting. So if you're not familiar, Oxenfree, you played Oxenfree. Can you give a quick basis? Because I didn't play it.
So good. 2D, awesome art style, decision-based, single-player story game where the story is different based on the decisions and bonds you create with these people. It's a sci-fi, Lost TV show-esque adventure where a lot of crazy stuff happens and unfolds, and you're a teenager stranded on this island.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, super fun.
I still haven't played it. I know you keep recommending it.
Yeah.
But basically, I was interested by the article because we hear about the success by sales of Game Pass, but the developer of Oxenfree discussed sort of the behind-the-scenes development with Game Pass and how it really benefited him. Daniel says, by the way, the ending to Oxenfree was so good. I guess he really loved the ending.
It's so good. Storytelling.
So the developer touched on some things about like these developers who have the target of like 7 to 15 hour games are really benefiting with the platform of Game Pass. And one thing that I found really interesting is he was hesitant to launch on Game Pass. And then he found that by having his game on Game Pass, he was learning things about how the players played and how people were interacting. Like Game Pass apparently is just really good about collecting that data about how people search out genres and what games they play, that they like tailored their next game for specifically what their target market wanted, which is just it's liberating. It must be so liberating to feel and to be as a developer. If you're especially if you're mid-tier, right, and you have a 7 to 15 hour game. Right now, all these AAA titles are launching big stories, open worlds, 30 to 60 hour gameplay. If you're a mid-tier developer and you have something like Oxenfree and you're maybe hesitant to say, "We'll throw it on a subscription. I don't know if it tanks my sales and I don't know if it gives me the credit because all the EAs in the world, if you side with something big, the potential for failure is big." I just thought it was a little liberating article to say the research behind Game Pass, the platform of Game Pass is really helpful for those developers. It made me happy just to even support it more as I hear mid-tier developers saying it's optimal for our games.
Yeah. I love it. And that's something that's so heartwarming to hear is, yes, a developer deserves to be skeptic, as they all should be, of a brand new streaming service.
Yeah.
But then to also say, hey, like, we're indies, and this is our game, and it's brand awareness. It's advertising. Game Pass is advertising.
Yeah.
I mean, look at this. Like, this is Xbox homepage.
Yeah.
And it just has, like, Operencia the Stolen Son, now available with Xbox Game Pass. Play now, right? We have talked about that, of just, like, I wish I could just click on a game and play it.
Yeah.
I wish there were more free trials.
Right.
I wish there was whatever.
Yeah.
I would have never known that existed or cared. But now that I know I can click on it and go to it, it's so cool to see, especially if I supported that game early on and had Oxenfree.
Yeah.
Again, through Xbox Live Gold.
Yeah.
I once had it free, and now I have it forever. Somebody else on Game Pass said, hey, I want to try out this game.
Right.
Like, you should.
Exactly.
And so, because you're in the ecosystem enough, you're not really spending any more money.
Yeah.
But you're saying, like, oh, I get to try this for free, and somebody else also got to try it. And I just think it was great.
That's what I got to play, Sunset Overdrive.
Yeah.
We saw that for Just Cause 4. Me and Tommy played Humans Fall Flat. There's a lot of experiences.
I saw your achievements for that. How was that, by the way?
It's super... It's
weird. I know it's weird.
It's just super fun with someone that is willing to have a fun time.
Is it like 20 minutes, or like did you guys play for...
Oh, we played.
Like hours?
Oh, we played. Not for like a long time, but we played enough to like know the game. And it's like you have to be willing to have fun. If you're willing to solve puzzles, it's not really the game for you because it takes itself really sarcastically.
Gotcha.
But it's
that's too funny. Yeah,
it's funny.
I always go to like community tab or whatever, and I see the achievements. I was like, what are these idiots playing? Because the art style, if you don't know, it's Humans Fall Flat.
Yeah.
I was like, Andrew, like, why are you doing this, buddy? I thought you kind of went off the deep
end.
end.
Yeah, no, it's not a game you play by yourself. It is.
All right, yeah, that's a good point.
It's extremely the audience of our friend group.
And that's a good point about Game Pass as a whole. Just experiment with
and that's
others.
It.
Like, go figure out, like, whoa, that was trash.
Yeah.
You know, like, that was trash. Let's click a different one. There are hundreds.
And that's why it reinvents the gaming experience, because I don't have to say, do I have to spend $20 for this?
Yeah, that's true.
Do I have to spend $30 for this? Like, oh, just click on Game Pass. It's less than a gig to download. Just download it.
Just do it. Just
it's a 7 to a 10
Nike
hour
slogan,
game.
bro.
Just
do it. Yeah.
So
it's cool.
Game Pass. Roro get an Xbox, even though he's not listening. I don't care.
I'm gonna tweet him the HD audio of this.
I'm gonna say it,
and
again
we're gonna
again.
see if he listens all the way through.
Roro get an Xbox.
If he doesn't subtweet me, that means he didn't listen all the way through, which means I have further reason to attack him.
And I have something to say to Roro because I wanted to say. So when I was gone, when Roro and Daniel hosted, you guys were talking about games you were excited for, and they mentioned Devil May Cry, and they were talking about it, and you were like skeptical, and Roro and Daniel kept saying like, I think it's gonna be really fun. They literally swayed me, and I bought it, and I wanted to tell them that I was having fun with it. But Roro's not here, so I'm Daniel and Roro. If you listen to this later, I really enjoyed Devil May Cry. It's been really fun. It's not like something I have to take super seriously. I don't know anything about the story. It looks really great. Daniel says, yeah! He also says, I'm still waiting for the tattoos. If you're listening or you don't know.
That's a podcast remaster joke.
It's an inside joke.
That's what I want to say real quickly is like, Roro and Daniel, like, these are viewers. These are friends. These are people that participate in the podcast with us and go to our website and tweet at us and stuff. We got a squad. So if you're listening to this, and Tuesday nights at 9, you can become a part of something super special.
Wow, that was a really good pitch.
And then you build this camaraderie, and then you can, attack Daniel and make fun of him.
I feel like a viewer, and I want to buy in just because how good you translated that.
Thank you.
That was really good. So that's the second time you guys have third time because Resident Evil is on there. They want us to play.
And so the pendulum needs to swing. We need to, because we've influenced them before.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, they like to hear us speak, which I think is a miracle in and of itself. But Roro needs an Xbox One. The fact that he doesn't have one yet is a little bit blasphemous.
We all need.
It's almost like he's lying.
Daniel's biggest thing is Halo Master Chief.
And he's lying to himself. Yeah. That's the biggest tragedy, right? We'll get Roro an Xbox. Operation Get Roro an Xbox. Yeah. Andrew, let's move on. Story mission number 4. Gollum is relevant again.
That's so.
I never thought I'd see the day.
No, it's real.
Yeah. Telltale. It's not Telltale, but Telltale-esque. Yeah. Game announced Lord of the Rings Gollum is basically what this game is supposedly called.
Point and click dialogue. Is it dialogue? No, it's like some actions or no.
I actually don't even know. I don't know if you want to try to pull it up.
I will pull it up.
But I am so excited about that idea right now. As far as Lord of the Rings goes, there's the Amazon TV series in the works, and then you just go back and rewatch the old movies because they're awesome, and then you forget the Hobbit movies exist. That's basically the dynamic right now.
Yeah.
But that will hopefully be changing soon with this video game. And again, I'm ready for a quality action video game, a little bit beyond Shadow of Mordor, and more The Return of the King, right? Like give me something.
Yeah.
But this would be cool, and that is a character that can exist on his own, you know, can have his own
definitely.
monster story side thing. So I'm super excited for it.
I like this quote that I found. It said, it's said before we learn about what happens to him in the books, and that his split personality will play a part in how you play. You'll come to decisions you have to make, and you'll have the two voices talking to you. He may change his mind, and this is a clue about how he'll play. That's pretty cool.
Gollum, man.
That's pretty cool. Having two voices telling you what to
says. Right. And we're recording and we're back. We'll see what happens, okay? I'm sorry if the audio went out. This is an experiment. I'm just going to let this go, okay? But the live stream is going. So anyway, Gollum. Yes, it's going to be super cool.
It's pretty cool.
I'm excited to see what happens with that. I'm assuming we're far out from any way.
They just announced something. Also, it didn't, like, from the research that I did, it doesn't necessarily seem boxed in by Telltale. Like, it might be more like
Well, does Telltale exist?
No.
Right. Okay. So it's very weird.
Daniel says we need a GoFundMe to get Caleb a larger hard drive and Roro an Xbox.
That's true. If you want to mail me a hard drive, I'll be all over. I need to figure that out. It happened with Remastered when we recorded on Sunday.
Yeah, we've had
the audio went weird.
Thankfully, we've been blessed with months and months of good quality. But I guess this past week has just been
and as the warning popped up, small font, but I feel like it said you guys are spitting too much fire.
Oh yeah.
Like I need to cool off. I felt like that's kind of what it was saying.
It's basically.
But anyway, it's going now. The audio is back and just plugging along. So I don't really know why it would do that.
Dang.
But whatever, we'll see what happens. I'll see how I can upload that. Gollum should be fun.
Gollum. If you're in the chat, throw in, while we talk about this next story item, throw in, what have you been playing this last week? I want to hear from you guys what is relevant in your guys' gaming life. With that, we can jump to the next story.
Story mission number 5, Andrew. It's not a huge jump away from Gollum.
Okay.
World War Z.
World War Z.
And we didn't talk about this when we originally planned to. I think it was a side mission last week.
It was, but we were just talking about so much stuff last time.
That game is very much coming out soon, I think.
And we watched some videos about it.
And we saw gameplay. It was like a gameplay mixed with a narrative, mixed with a reveal kind of thing. but it looks super good. Wait, is the game called World War Z?
The game is literally called World War Z, and it's like you play
the movie came up, and I was like, what in the world? April 16th. That's super soon. So, yeah. Looks really cool.
Yeah. Super like chaotic.
Do you remember that like phrase that they said that was super unique and new?
Oh yeah, you were fascinated with it, so I'll let you say.
Oh yeah. Do you know what it is? You
PV,
call my bluff.
PV.
Oh okay, yeah. At first I thought you just didn't know, so you were like,
Nah,
I'll
bro.
let you say. You know
you were
that.
saying it for
You know that ploy. You're right.
Yeah.
PvPvE.
Yeah.
Which I've never said before.
PvPvE.
Which is cool because if you're shooting hordes of zombies, then you got other homies coming up on you.
Yeah,
that's fun.
And you said it was kind of like remember when we were talking, you were kind of like it's kind of like Destiny, and I was like,
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
a little
yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
And I've always wanted to shoot my friends in Destiny.
Yeah.
If they're being dumb or if I want to shoot them,
If you want to shoot
the
'em.
idea of, and I think it's a $40 game. We sort of
we confirmed it wasn't $60,
which is perfect. Yeah, we definitely did.
Okay.
And so I'm super intrigued by it. I definitely kind of want to see how it plays and if there's enough there, because it could just be a multiplayer mode. Why'd you give me that look?
Oh no, I didn't give you a look.
You like looked into my
Whoa,
soul.
I definitely did.
Were you just unplugging your computer?
Yeah, that's it.
All right,
I
good
definitely
grief.
have a look.
Good grief. You look like I insulted your
I
lineage or
definitely
something.
did. Should I beat the dead horse by saying it would be kind of nice if it came on Game Pass?
Beat that dead horse, dude, because you're absolutely right. And it's prime time.
It's prime time.
Prime time Game Pass, but it's definitely not.
It's
They need to.
definitely not. Oh, for sure.
If they have a launch, if they're not going to launch day 1, they're not going to launch day 10 on Game Pass. So it'll be a while. It probably depends on how it reviews. You know.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be so upset if Anthem goes to Game Pass. I'm gonna be so upset.
That would be interesting.
That would be EA admitting big L on the forehead.
That would be
which they
very-
don't tend to do. So
Very interesting.
we'll see what happens. But look up World War Z if you haven't seen it yet. It's super interesting concept. That genre is good because it's not the typical.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
it's different.
Yeah.
And the movie did well for its time, and so I think the game
It's
would do
different
well.
without being too different.
Yeah. Ooh, I like that. I like the way you said that. That was good.
Because sometimes too different is really dangerous for
The
a
HD
zombie
audio,
game.
the HD audio is like doing fine. My computer's so weird.
Technology, man.
Technology. Can't understand it. Don't want to.
Gotta have it, though.
Andrew, let's move on to our last story mission, unless anybody in the chat is
Yee.
feeling super chatty and wants us to keep going. Now that Battlefield 5 Firestorm's out for a bit, how does it rank in the world of Battle Royales?
It's been 1 week or 2.
It's been enough days, I'll tell you
Yeah.
that, to where
It's been a while.
I feel comfortable
I know
ranking
we gave
it.
first impressions, but now we played it. We've played like couple sessions of it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think 3 separate days I've
Yeah.
gone in to play it. I mean, how would you rank it? And why don't we give it one of the 4 slots
Yeah.
of
Ooh, I'm gonna
Fortnite,
be thinking about
Apex,
that more.
Blackout, and Firestorm?
But I'll definitely give some of my thoughts after I let it sit.
Yeah, that's fine.
The snow is really not good for me. I can't see, and maybe it's just me being a crappy player. And I
Dude,
get that.
I might have the vision of a 60-year-old lady, but I cannot tell where people are in that
Yeah.
game. And even when the fire is there,
that's
I'm like,
actually-
is that a person or is that rock
know.
on fire? And it's always a person.
It's me.
But I behave as if it's a rock on fire.
That's really me, man. I'm telling you. So I think I'm really frustrated with how much of the map is snow. The parts of the map that aren't snow, I love. I think the map is pretty good. I love the vehicles. I love the high intense moments with the vehicles. The in between moments are pretty dull for me. Looting is pretty dull for me. The game is still a little bit wonky, but the mechanics are there. It's still kind of dull for me. I'm not sure where it ranks yet. I have to think about it a little bit more. But what about you?
Well, it's funny because if people didn't know me outside of the podcast, they would think I hate Fortnite more than I hate like disease or illness. You know, people just
like Fortnite is the worst thing that ever happened to you.
Right.
Yeah.
But I might rank this 4th out of the 4 of them. I might rather
literally the worst. Oh
No,
wow!
not that it's bad, but I would rather play
Wow.
Fortnite than
So what's your
Firestorm.
list?
Apex Blackout,
Fortnite.
Fortnite, and this.
And then PUBG on the way down here.
Oh, I forgot about PUBG, and
So
so there you go.
Battlefield's not last.
Is PUBG last?
Okay,
then?
Daniel's with me. Visibility is much harder in Battlefield than other shooters.
It's just frustrating. Yeah, it's
My friend says I just played Battlefield today with Andrew and he loved it, and that's true. I play it and I do enjoy it, but there are just some things that are just like.
and that's the thing, you have to understand the lens in which we're critiquing it. Battle royales are awesome. The game is awesome. We've been proponents of Battlefield 5 since day one.
Absolutely.
I still love the game.
Yes, absolutely.
That's a good point about PUBG. I
Yes.
didn't even think about that. Firestorm is new. I'd rank it 3rd. Fortnite gots to go down. I'd put PUBG above Fortnite. I hate Fortnite so much. I'm sorry.
It's
I haven't checked out PUBG in a long time, to be fair. I almost want to just go back in.
I don't.
Yeah.
That's torture.
No, I know. But I feel like I feel like I need to.
Yeah.
For my integrity
Yeah.
of a games journalist and podcaster, I'll do it for the team.
Do it for the podcast.
I'll spawn in, get 99th, get out of
It's
there.
your job. You gotta do
Get in, get out, bro.
You're good.
It's funny. People think the objective is to last the longest.
No,
It's not.
just
Be the first one out.
Get out. Get
out.
out. My last thought about it is I just don't think I'm the target market. And I think when I say that is because it's the same reason why I don't vibe with Rainbow Six. Rainbow Six is such an acclaimed, fun game, and I do have fun playing it, but it's too tactical for me. I'm not good.
Trash.
I grew up on fast-paced Halo where I could throw a grenade, die, and then die 100 more times.
Right.
Battlefield Firestorm, the only reason I love Battlefield 5 is I can respawn. Battlefield Firestorm is like the most intense tactical version of Battlefield, and I'm just not very good. That's it. I'm just not very in tune to tactical games where it requires me to know the bullet drop and know how to see in all terrain. I want to play Call of Duty or Apex where I can run in with a silly character who has powers.
Run and jump and slide and throw smokes and giggle and laugh and ping.
Yeah.
And Firestorm, you don't know what you're doing, really.
Yeah, I do love the vehicles. I wish that
it is good.
I wish people would embrace that.
It's just so funny. Again, they're on the brink of greatness, but they just don't have it. It's a shell of a game mode.
They're on the I would like go to my grave with that. They're on the brink of greatness.
Do you remember the desert map in Battlefield 1?
Yeah.
Why not do a battle royale in the desert? I see no point in sniping the current Firestorm map. Like very little point, just because I don't know, it's just hilly and basic, and if you told me to like recreate the map or explain it to you, I feel like I could describe one block of the grid and then I would just repeat that same layout, you know?
Yeah.
There's just not a lot there to it.
I do like the fire. I like how the fire destroys buildings.
Spawning
and
in looks
cool. It makes
cool.
me scared.
Yeah.
That's something
that is true.
We talked about while we were playing today. Is like it makes me terrified to be in the fire, and I do really like the intense feel because Battle Royale got to a point where it is so fun that you forget the fear of like being in a Hunger Games game.
And it is funny. I would easily say it's the most realistic Battle Royale.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's slow, boring, and creepy.
Absolutely.
But it's not the most fun.
Absolutely.
It's brown and dark blue and gray.
Now I just want to play
Everything's
Apex.
gray. Yeah.
Daniel and Phil or Caleb, after this, do you want to play Apex with me?
Dude, I'm gonna get on. I'm gonna get on and play Apex tonight for sure. I haven't played in a while.
Apex it is.
Andrew, any last words, jokes, wisdom, anything you'd like to
I just
bestow
wanna say,
upon our chat? Sorry if you're listening to the HD audio and it like went out, and now we're back. Here we are. We have a no editing policy.
Yeah, we
very strict.
Even having remastered.
And it's funny because they think that that's because we're just so natural and genuine, which is true.
That's true.
But it's also because I'm too lazy to figure it out.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
And we do edit the video when it goes up.
Yeah.
But the audio, we're pretty good at just rolling.
Just roll.
It's good. Just be authentic.
It's our style.
Be authentic, bro. I don't
Studio
need
106.
I don't need
that's
to
how
edit.
we
I don't
roll.
need to edit. I don't need to edit out anything I say. I mean what I say, except when I don't mean it, and then I'll just say it later.
Daniel says got to go into work earlier than usual tomorrow. Can't play.
Oh, Daniel, I wonder what you're going to go to work in. You can call yourself a wambulance. It'll get you there super fast.
Daniel, we'll see you at Monday Night Gaming next Monday.
Nah, I'm just kidding. I love you, buddy. Don't call a ambulance. You're awesome. Thank you guys so much for listening to us be idiots and talk about what we love. We love you guys.
We do.
We love this. The community behind gaming is why we do this. We're excited to go to LA. We're excited to continue to talk about this stuff.
LA.
We're going to be watching Game of Thrones. We're going to be talking about TV, movies, music, faith, and video games. Thank you guys so much for being a part of it.
E3?
We're
Game
family.
of Thrones?
We're family, bro.
What?
This is a family meeting.
Oh, man.
Oh, I love it. Guys, much love. And keep on gaming.
Peace.
Big addition, I can go.